Good blessed Sunday afternoon, January the 30th, 2022. It's about 1:08 p.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace, and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest or the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, light-skinned, or dark-skinned. Doesn't matter whether you like me, my YouTube channel, or anything that I put on social internet. That's your prerogative. That's your right. God give you a free will, and the law of the United States gives you that right. The First and the 14th Amendment and many other constitutional rights. But I just want to say today, happy 36th birthday to my second oldest child, my first daughter and my oldest daughter, Jennifer. I'd like to say today, 1 year ago, my dad, a World War II honorably discharged Army veteran, God called him home on my daughter's birthday last year about 5:30. May he rest in peace. On this same day, 1 year ago, at the age of 93. I want y'all to take a look around here. You see some white ducks right here. If you look a little closer, you see a couple of geese. They at a standstill. Two of them standing together. The duck, the white duck trying to give y'all an indication, flapping his wings. He sent a messenger over there, and you can see the other duck in between, the white duck in between the two little geese there. But you look here too. You got, I believe these are Canadian geese. These trucks, that particular truck that's going that way there is going northbound on I-57. So is that orange truck there. And you will see a couple of cars where here go a red truck with a flatbed headed southbound on I-57 or Interstate 57. I want you to take a good look at this water. You see, God made some mentioning. Jesus made mentionings of the water. He said, peace be still. And the peace was still. Martin Luther King made a speech when they told him they need to cool down with the marches. If you notice those over there, them two right there, and there's three are there, they getting in formation because they know what my sermon today is going to be. You see him flapping his wings, he letting you know where he's at right now. My sermon going to be concerning in that area where they at. He flapping to let you know I'm talking about them. I think they see you. Now, Martin Luther King, when they told him to cool down, he said we cooled down too long enough. If we cool down any longer, he said we'll be in a deep freeze. And that's what I want to take you to these waters for a minute. Matter of fact, I'm going to take you over here where they're trying to give you a sign. Now, if you notice, you can see some of the water is moving. You can see the little screen going down. I'm going to try to get a little closer. But then when you go out where they just coming from, You notice they're not going any farther, which they could. They can get on there and do like Jesus did and walk on the water because it's frozen all the way over there. You see, when Martin Luther King said it's going to be in a deep freeze, you know, what he was talking about, if he stopped marching because they said stop marching, then the complaints that they had, we'll just use the one, I believe, in Memphis with the garbage workers. If they would have stopped marching and boycotting, then the movement would have been nullied and void. You see how they're getting information? They're letting y'all see where the waters is frozen. The movement is frozen for the fight for justice. 90-some% of your activists are not activists. 90% of your preachers is not preaching the word of God. 90% of your 435 House of Representatives in the White House is not representing the people that need to be represented. Of the 100 senators that's supposed to be representing, I believe, 2 for each state, they're not representing the people that they should be representing. And I'll show you better than telling you. You see, if you go over to Little Village when this 8-year-old girl was shot, you didn't see the preachers. You didn't see the activists. You didn't see none of the representatives, Congress, or the senators. You seen the people came out and said they was tired of this gang banging. They was tired of little kids, innocent kids being shot and killed. They came out. You see, some people call that snitching. That's not snitching. Somebody lost their 8-year-old. If somebody killed one of my churches or killed somebody in front of my house and it wasn't justifiable, they can call it what they want to call it. I'm going to give them up and I'm going to be ready to battle with them because I know the police ain't going to protect me, but I know how to protect myself because I grew up in a house with a World War II veteran. I grew up around an uncle who was in the Korean War. I grew up around a cousin that was in the Vietnam War. You see, they listening. They know I'm representing them too. I bring them food. But you see, the only way things is gonna change, you let them 90% of them House of Representatives and them senators and them preachers, these NAACP chapters, if the shoe fit, wear it, because there's some out there trying to do something. You see how they in formation? They refuse to be in a deep freeze. They refuse to stop doing God's will, submitting to God's will. But let me tell you, do you think out of all them professional basketball players, football players, baseball players, all them Hollywood stars, boxers, and all that, do you think that they care about that 8-year-old girl? Do you think they care about my son's death in Carbondale, Illinois? Do you think that they care about any of these black people, men and women that been found dead, and a lot of times it's been white people that's been involved, and they said it looks like they committed suicide or there's no foul play? Do you think Martin Luther King went for it when they talking about no foul play and they need to cool down? He didn't cool down. He went to jail. He got stabbed. He said, when we in this movement, when you real in the movement, you see what I'm saying? You're going to lose your job, some of us. You're going to lose your freedom and you're going to lose your life. I done lost jobs. and I done lost my freedom, and I'm willing to lose my life, not just to stand up for my son's death, but to stand up for other people that's afraid to stand up for themselves. Y'all remember, the only reason we got all that black on black crime and that Spanish on Spanish crime, blacks killing blacks, Spanish killing blacks, is because the leadership is in the deep freeze. Now, I know whites is killing whites someplace, but show me any place that the Ku Klux Klan, the neo-Nazis, the skinheads, the Aryan Brotherhoods is out here killing each other like blacks is killing each other, like Spanish is killing each other. Now, some of y'all think when you get a black president in, when you get a black mayor in, the only black mayor, the only black politician that I ever voted for, and I seen that he did something, I voted for him twice, and on his second term, I know they killed him because he had a physical done on his second term, and he got a good bill of health, but they said he died of congested heart failure. Congested heart failure is the worst heart failure that you can have. Sometimes your heart been done got as big as a cantaloupe, and if the doctor missed that after he got his physical, then the doctor was a part of it. But I'm gonna say this here, that was Harold Washington. I voted twice for Barack Obama, but I didn't see no change at all here in Charleston, Missouri. I didn't see not for the people that's struggling. Some of you people that's Democrats that voted or Republicans that voted for them, you see what I'm saying? Y'all might have seen a change, but I ain't seen none. Blacks is still killing blacks like they is. Drugs is still in our thing. He can send the United States Army to go over there to kill Bin Laden. Bin Laden ain't done a doggone thing to the black folks or the poor community. You see what I'm saying? But if you can send them, if Biden can send 8,500 troops over there to get ready to attack Russia if they attack Ukraine, then send 8,500 troops or 100,000 troops in Chicago and every place else in these black and Spanish communities and get these individuals off the streets, whether you have to kill them or not, so black people and Spanish people can live and stop being in that deep freeze, y'all. This don't make sense to some, but it makes sense to these ducks and geese, and I know it makes sense to a lot of other people. Take a look around, y'all. Most of that out there is in a deep freeze. The movement is in a deep freeze with most of these people. All they want is money, government grant money. That's the worstest thing the government could have ever gave these people. Justice for my son, Brian. Justice for all the other individuals that's being unjustifiably murdered and they stage them as suicide. You don't have to agree with me, but God knows I'm not gonna stop until I get justice for my son. Peace, be still.